Hello, saxophone friends. This is going to be a warm-up for beginning band students who only know about 3 notes on their instrument so far, the B, the C, and the D. The goal here is for us to perform this together, so right away, let's go ahead and put our headphones on. While we're performing this, you can be sitting or standing. I prefer to stand. If you're going to sit, just make sure that your rear is at the front end of your chair and that you're not slouching, and that your saxophone neck strap is doing its job. And just a quick reminder about what that looks like. If your neck strap is doing its job, when you go to put the saxophone to your face, all the weight is in the neck and the right hand pushes forward. If you're having to use the arm to pick it up at all, that's a problem. So when you go to push forward on the saxophone, it should hit you right square in the mouth, right where you want to play from. So I'm doing no lifting. And I could actually move mine up a little bit so I don't have to use as much thumb pressure. Good job. And while we're here, let's take a moment and remind ourselves of where our hands should go. Left hand, thumb on the black thing or whatever yours looks like on your instrument. And then your front 3 fingers on your left hand, and then in your right hand, there on the bottom 3 keys. We're going to take some big inhales now. You can let your saxophone rest in your lap or rest on your neck through the neck strap. Here we go together. I'm going to signal you with my hands. Big breath in. Good, good. Let's do that again. Good. Now make the shape of the saxophone embouchure. Key in the back. Let's blow out through that with a very slight wind for 16 counts. 4 sets of 4. I'll count down with you. Big breath in. I almost ran out there. Make sure you take a huge breath just like I did, and maybe not so loud if you run out before 16 counts is over. Let's do that again. 1, 2. Nice work. Now we're going to do 20 counts. 5 sets of 4. 5, 6, 5, 6. Good work. That'll make sure we're using the right amount of air and playing with control. Now let's grab our saxophone and move on to the next part. We're going to play now. The first note we're going to play is a B. Remember that B is your first finger in your left hand. My pearl happens to be white, so it's a little bit confusing. This particular one on a Yamaha saxophone, though, doesn't have a dimple. So when you look at them, it's this one. Not that one. That one's a different key. We'll learn later on. So B, just the B, no thumb in the back, no fingers in the right hand. Here we go. We're going to play this note for as long as we can, matching me as you play. 1, 2, 1, 2. Good. As you're playing, make sure that you focus on no tension in the hands, only enough to keep the instrument up. Focus on opening the space in the back of the mouth. Make sure you think about your teeth being on top and having some downward pressure to the mouthpiece. And then that air coming up from underneath. That tongue slightly raised so that you can get that pressure and no puffing. Here we go again on a B as long as you can. 1, 2, 3. Nice work. Now we're going to move on to the C note. The C note is your middle finger in the left hand. No thumb yet. No right hand fingers pressing down, but do have your fingers in good posture. We don't want to have them falling off the instrument. Just the middle finger and the left hand. Here we go. C for as long as you can. 1, 2. Nice work. Nice work. Here we go. One more time on a C. 1, 2, 3. Nice work. Now we're going to move on to the D. The D gets a lot more complicated, but if you have done this before, you know what's happening. We'll start with the left hand and the thumb. Left hand will cover the octave key. All 3 fingers in the left hand. 1, 2, 3. And then in the right hand, you'll also play 1, 2, 3. So all 3 in the right, all 3 in the left, and the thumb. Play this note for as long as you can. Think about dropping your jaw, oh, so that we can play slightly flatter in the pitch. This note is naturally sharp on our instrument. Sharp would be out of tune with other members if we were to play with those, some people. Here we go. D. 1, 2, 3. Good. That time I felt like I didn't play for quite as long. Maybe you experienced the same thing. Let's see if we can get it for a little longer this time. Last rep, last note of the warm-up. 1, 2, 3. All right, great. If you made it that far and made it through most of the length of those notes, you're in great shape. If you're interested in moving on with new notes, you can go to the description below. I'll have links to future warm-ups before we hit scales and proper band warm-up lengths in the future. So check that out, and there should be something there for the next couple notes, A and G. All right, thanks. Bye-bye.